Kerry Kennedy never mentions Harry and Meghan on Twitter anymore. The last time was on December the 22nd, and that was only a photo, but it got plenty of negative comments. She's been tweeting multiple times daily in February, usually in honour of Black History Month, but not a peep about those fearless fighters of racism in the monarchy. Not even when Spare came out. Zelensky, who also received the Ripple of Hope Award in December, is often mentioned by her, and Taylor Swift got a shout out with a photo. Yesterday, she did a tweet all about last year's honoree, Bill Russell. The Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Twitter account hasn't mentioned them since December either. They did, however, put out a call for nominations for next year's awards. Do you know a human rights defender or organisation that's standing up to oppression at grave personal risk in the non-violent pursuit of human rights? Nominate them for our prestigious Human Rights Award by December the 14th. Prince Harry's admission to Tom Bradby that the royal family isn't racist should pose a dilemma over the Ripple of Hope Award he and Meghan accepted from Robert Kennedy's daughter Kerry amid a Hollywood-type Levin. She hailed their heroic stance against structural racism in the royal family. A previous recipient was South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu. This led polemicist A.N. Wilson to describe as preposterous Harry and Meghan being compared to him, adding, "Their acceptance of this award is a monstrous self-conceit. Now that Harry concedes there's no racism, will he and Meghan be speed-dialing Kerry Kennedy to have the honour rescinded?" Kerry Kennedy has a massive amount of egg on her face for honouring those two clowns, especially after her award to them was for combating structural racism within the royal family. And it's now been followed by Harry saying his family isn't in fact racist. They all look like fools. Besides, royal biographer Angela Levin said the Sussexes have been erased at so many levels after they vanished from the revamped Queen's Commonwealth Trust website. Meghan and Harry will be furious at being removed from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust website after the Netflix series branded the Commonwealth as Empire 2.0. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were president and vice president of QCT before they stepped down from royal duties 2 years ago. Last week, the organisation launched its new website with no sign of the couple. It makes no mention of the work Prince Harry and Meghan Markle did for the organisation, since it was set up in 2018, instead focusing on the Queen's legacy. Angela Levin, Prince Harry's biographer, told Nana Akua on GB News, "I'm sure they'll be furious, actually. They did very, very little, but Harry was president and Meghan was vice president. They could have done a great deal. They could have brought a whole freshness in young people together and helped young people do very well. They've been wiped from the website. And you can't expect if you do very little, you don't deserve to be on the website, do you? You're erased." It's very interesting they've been erased at so many different levels. In the third episode of the 6-part Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, writer and broadcaster Afua Hirsch said, "Britain calculated that it needs to grant these countries independence in a way that protected its commercial and capitalist interest. So it created this privileged club called the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is still described as a club of friends who share common values. I find that language really problematic. I sometimes call the Commonwealth Empire 2.0 because that's what it is." When Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal life in February 2020, the QCT said they've been very lucky to have had the keen support and encouragement of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. "They've enabled us to make fast progress and have helped us to take the organisation to readiness for its next phase. We're glad that they remain in our circle of supporters."